Alright, listen up. When it comes to conditioning, much like lifting, there's no such thing as the best or the optimal exercise. Two things to consider is that number one, even in conditioning, if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, those tissues are going to accrue quite a bit of wear and tear. Secondly, if you run a thing for too long, too many times in a row, eventually it just starts becoming less stimulative. So with that in mind, when it comes to not only your lifting but your conditioning, you kind of want to have a candidacy list of the exercises or the activities that seem to work best for you. Even as an active duty warfighter, I always found that the best combination of conditioning workouts was something that is against resistance as kind of the primary driver of my performance metrics, and then as kind of an active recovery, something that is mill based like treadmill or step mill, where I'm basically just catching up to whatever speed that I set the device at. A good example of this for tactical folk would be pairing the step mill as your kind of active recovery, catching up to it conditioning workout with something like kit runs or ruck marches where you're moving under load, and that performance metric is actually key to you passing or failing something like EIB or selection. You push your ruck marches really hard so you can increase your performance in those, and then in between your rucks you do something like the step mill so that you can actively recover and unload and still get a minimum effective stimulus but without a really high fatigue cost. I like to term this conjugate conditioning. Consistency is a superpower. Stay in the fight.